doesn't suck either, believe me. Looks great on your resume. The hometown papers print pictures of you with the English teachers that said, that poem is trite and sugary. Anyway, so first Grammy that we win, and I say we because John Leventhal co-wrote the song and produced it as well. And he had just played the song on stage. And then it was time for that award to be given out. I think it was Song of the Year. And so we were backstage instead of in the audience to be poised, to get the award. And sure enough, we got it. And we came from behind this, backstage, and expected to take our Grammy and say a few words, and that was that. Well, we get out there, and there's a guy at the podium going like this and yelling. And Erykah Badu is standing between us and the guy with the Grammy going, I don't know what to do. So this is the funniest part, though. Well, maybe not the funniest, but it shows you the difference between John Leventhal than my way of looking at what a man screaming at the podium would be thinking. So I'm going like, what did we do wrong? And he's thinking, this guy really likes our stuff. He really did. He really did. Well, come to find, that was Old Dirty Bastard from Wu-Tang Clan. And he was upset because Wu-Tang hadn't won this award earlier in the night. I was pre-Taylor Kanye, okay? I was the one. So he was mad, and we couldn't hear what he was saying because the speakers were all pointing out that way. So all we saw was, ah. And he said at some point, this is the most famous line, he said, Wu-Tang is for the children. Anyway, so they got him off stage, and we were like kind of in a daze and said a few words, I don't know what, and that was the end of that. So I get a dozen roses and a card the next day from Old Dirty Bastard. You haven't lived till you've had a card and some roses signed Old Dirty Bastard. I'm sorry I stepped on your moment. I wish you the best, Old Dirty Bastard. It's so great. So we fast forward a long way. It's very sweet, actually. So we fast forward many, many years later, and this friend of mine, one of my great middle school and high school friends that I was telling you about, Joanne is her name. And she calls me up and she goes, Shawn, I had a phone session with a psychic, and he knew my life. He knew my life. And she's not a, woo-woo. And I'm like, really? And she told me some stuff, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna do it. So I got a hold of this psychic, and I had a phone session with him. And he starts by bringing people through. And I'm like, okay. So my dad comes through. He said he was proud of me. And who else? I forgot. But no, I didn't really forget. But people were like, well, he could have Googled all that. And my poor cat, Tommy, had been run over like 2 months before. I know.
Guys, we're going to drop checks in a few minutes. Anybody need anything?
And so he goes, and I didn't say a word about that. And he said, your maternal grandmother's name starts with an E. I said, yeah, it's Esther. Well, she wants you to know she's got your cat. You can't Wikipedia that shit. So I thought, I think this guy's legit, And so other things happen, and he goes, Russell's coming through. And I go, I don't know a Russell. I racked my brain. I don't know a Russell. And he goes, but Russell is coming through. So he starts and by the way, Old Dirty Bastard, by the way, at that point is dead. Okay? Just know that. So I said, I don't know a Russell. And he goes, okay. I'm thinking. And he's like the great Karnak or whatever, Johnny Carson. And he goes, okay, did you ever see that British comedy series, Nan, about the boarding house cranky lady who they call Nan, and she's always bitching and yelling at the patrons and stuff. And she's always going, "You dirty old bastard." And so I quickly look him up. His name's Russell. His name's Russell. I know. I just don't see how that was a coincidence. And I go, "Oh, it's the old dirty bastard." And I said, "What does he want?" "He's just keeping an eye on you." Isn't that sweet? ODB and me. He's waiting there for me at the pearly gates. Okay. Got a couple more.